Hello students, welcome back to AVK's Academy. Today in this current affairs session, let us understand something very important with regard to Jammu and Kashmir. आज हम पढ़ेंगे जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के बारे में 370 आर्टिकल क्या है, आर्टिकल 35 कैपिटल ए के बारे में भी कुछ जानकारी हम इस क्लास में आज लेंगे. सो आर्टिकल 370 को हमने रिवोक किया था एंड वी हैव आल्सो रिवोक्ड आर्टिकल 35A. सो बिफोर वी अंडरस्टैंड समथिंग इन डिटेल अबाउट आर्टिकल 370 and article 35A, let us first of all understand some basic historical evidences with regard to Article 370. That is, after the independence of India, there were many princely states. In fact, I let you know, there were more than 500 princely states. And all the 500 princely states were given a chance that they can either join India, join Pakistan, or even they can also remain independent. ठीक है, that वो इंडिया में भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं या फिर पाकिस्तान में भी ज्वाइन कर सकते या फिर वो इंडिपेंडेंट भी रह सकते हैं. लेकिन उस वक्त लगभग सारे ही states, almost all the states have accepted to join into the vicinity of India except 3 states. The 3 states being Junagadh, Hyderabad and Jammu Kashmir. Now, if we understand Jammu and Kashmir, till 1947, that is on October 20, 1947, there were on October 20, 1947, the Pakistani armed tribesmen attacked the region of Jammu and Kashmir, who decided main intention was to occupy the region of Jammu and Kashmir. That is, it was a very big threat that was faced by Jammu and Kashmir altogether. At the same time, after the Pakistan attacked them, then the leader of Jammu and Kashmir, the ruler of Jammu and Kashmir at the time, Maharaja Hari Singh. कौन था? Maharaja Hari Singh. And the same king Maharaja Hari Singh have accepted to join into India. But when Maharaja Hari Singh accepted in 1947 and 48 to join into the vicinity of India, there is a person called Muhammad Ali Jinnah who denied this fact, saying that they cannot join into the territory of India because Jammu and Kashmir is considered to be the integral part of our country, because he says that when we speak about a country called Pakistan, Pakistan यानी Punjab, Afghanistan, Kashmir, Islamabad, Sindh and Tan यानी it is a word used for the Muslim countries. So Kashmir, they believe, ये मानते हैं that Kashmir is the integral part of Pakistan, which was never accepted to join into the vicinity of India. So इस तरह से कश्मीर को अपने अंदर लेने के लिए there was a very big clash continued, and Pakistan have already deployed their armed forces in Jammu and Kashmir region. Later, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel have given an identity, have given a suggestion to Pandit Nehru, saying that we should also deploy our army in Jammu and Kashmir. So this was a kind of situation resulting into an internal conflict or a war kind of situation between India and Pakistan for only one particular reason, the reason being Jammu and Kashmir. After this only, the United Nations organization have involved into this particular event, that is the Jammu and Kashmir event. And later on, United Nations organization have announced that Jammu and Kashmir, we accept it is the most disputed territory, and what has to be the future of Jammu and Kashmir will be decided by an activity known as plebiscite. Plebiscite यानी it is known as the people's poll or the people's opinion to decide what has to be happen in Jammu and Kashmir. After that only, लेकिन United Nations organization have given one important incident, saying that if we want to conduct the plebiscite, then the armed forces must be taken away from both Pakistan army as well as Indian army, has to be revoked back, has to be taken back. But this never occurred, and that is the reason plebiscite also had never taken place to solve the Jammu and Kashmir issue. After that only, in the year 1949, there emerged a very great leader in Jammu and Kashmir called Sheikh Abdullah. And Sheikh Abdullah has been considered as the most important personality, in fact, in Jammu and Kashmir. So to attract Sheikh Abdullah, to attract the masses of Jammu and Kashmir, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru have announced that you be a part of India, we are going to give you a special offer. The special offer was in the form of Article 317. That is, during the making of Indian Constitution on October 17, 1949, a new article was inserted into the Constitution known as Article 370, which provides for special features or the special provisions to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Later on, in the year 1954, through a presidential order, there was an article added called Article 35A, which defines the concept of permanent residence, meaning thereby only the basic residents of Jammu and Kashmir can have a permanent residence, or else the permanent house can be set up only by the natives of J&K. Outsiders will not be allowed to construct a house in Jammu and Kashmir. This was one important conditionality announced under Article 35A of Indian Constitution, added by presidential order, while Article 370 was added in the old constitution, in the first constitution, that is on October 17, 1949. But with this Article 370, there are some prerequisite conditions which are needed to be understood. That is, the central government will have the power to make a law in Jammu and Kashmir only with respect to three subjects, the subjects being external affairs, डिफेंस एंड कम्युनिकेशन. ठीक है, इन तीन को छोड़ करके बाकी कोई सब्जेक्ट में द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट विल नॉट हैव एनी jurisdiction according to Article 370. At the same time, the state legislative assembly will have a period not for 5 years but for 6 years. In fact, I'll let you know, they have also been given an opportunity to have their own constitution, which came into implementation from January 26, 1957. From January 26, 1957, they got their own constitution established. They got their own constitution which came into implementation altogether. And this constitution provides for the state legislative assembly tenure is not 5 years, but it is 6 years altogether. At the same time, they also say there should be a dual citizenship. That is, for India, for the persons belonging to Jammu and Kashmir, they will first of all have the citizenship of J&K. Later on, they will be having the citizenship of India. At the same time, the governor and president, that is the president's rule, that is Article 356, will not be applicable to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. That is, the governor's rule will first of all be imposed according to section 92 of the constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. At the same time, financial emergency will also not be applicable to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Directive principles of state policy will not be applicable to Jammu and Kashmir. Fundamental duties will not be applicable to J&K. Right to Information Act will not be applicable to J&K. That is, fundamental rights में right to property, बाकी इंडिया में we have eliminated, but it is still considered to be a fundamental right in Jammu and Kashmir. Right to education is not applicable to Jammu and Kashmir. In Jammu and Kashmir, there we have also given a resolution saying that Chief Minister should be called Wazir-e-Azam, and the president, the governor should be called Sadar-e-Riyasat. That was a new names indicated to Chief Minister and Governor represented in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. So this is how they are trying to prove their autonomy. And I will let you know one important point. In the year 2000, they have given a resolution saying that Article 370, which was added in 1949, there is a conditionality here that Article 370 is considered to be a temporary provision. Do you remember, Article 370 is regarded as the temporary provision, meaning thereby it can be removed any point of time. That is, it can be removed at any point of time. This is one important point which needs to be understood here itself. But in the year 2000, the J&K Assembly passed a resolution saying that the 370 is not a temporary provision. It should be made a permanent provision. That is, the special provisions will be continued to Jammu and Kashmir for everlasting conditionality. That was also not accepted. So, in avoidance with all these conditionalities only, that is on August 5th, 2019, the President of India, Ram Nath Kovind, have issued an order saying that the special provision announced or special provision given to the state of Jammu and Kashmir will now be eliminated, will now be done away with. That is, Article 370 and Article 35A will be revoked right now itself. At the same time, after revoking 370, after revoking Article 35A, there is no concept that only the Jammu Kashmir citizens needs to buy a property in J&K. ऐसा कुछ conditionality नहीं रहेगा. कोई भी जाकर के they can buy a land, buy a property in Jammu and Kashmir. At the same time, this was one important major step announced in Rajya Sabha by the Home Minister called Amit Shah. Clear? Amit Shah is the person who announced this conditionality in Rajya Sabha. But the question arises, how can we revoke Article 370? Is it possible by the President alone, or we can do it by any other condition? But see, try to understand, when Article 370 was inserted, it was said that Article 370 can be removed. That is, Article 370 can be removed after the resolution passed by the Constituent Assembly. But the Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir have stopped functioning since they have got the constitution done. And in case of no Constituent Assembly, the President of India will be having the higher power in revoking Article 370. Clear? So President of India, in fact, I'll let you know, it is not introduced in the form of any bill. It is not introduced in the form of a constitutional amendment bill or something for that reason. But Article 370 can be revoked only by a simple presidential order according to Article 370, Clause 1 of the Indian Constitution. After this only, the directive principles of state policy will be applicable to J&K, RTI will be applicable to J&K, the conditionalities with regard to state will be applicable to Jammu and Kashmir. But after the revoking, the major task which are undergone is, that is, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh will be renamed as two new union territories in India, taking the total number of union territories in India number to 9 and the total number of states in India to be reaching at 28. That is, Jammu and Kashmir will now be a union territory along with the Ladakh region of Jammu and Kashmir. But Jammu Kashmir will be a union territory with a separate state legislature like that of Puducherry, like that of New Delhi altogether. Clear, everyone? So this is some important facts with regard to Jammu and Kashmir, and in the next sessions we will also understand the Hindu editorial, how Jammu and Kashmir is connected with the editorials of Hindu. We are collecting all the facts that are related to Jammu and Kashmir, and we'll try to explain all the issues that are relevant with Jammu and Kashmir through Hindu newspapers in the coming classes. And later on we will continue with other current affairs classes. Thank you so much.